Hey everybody, and thanks for tuning into Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I want to introduce you to Stan. This is Stan. Stan, meet everybody. And you're probably wondering what I'm thinking, because this is not a bonsai tree, and you are correct. But it has a connection to a bonsai tree, I promise. So, a number of years ago I went to a bonsai event, and there were vendors. And there was a guy who made really cool pots, and what he did was he rolled clay out flat and then cut it into irregular shapes and then brought it up in irregular fashion to form a pot that looks like this. So if we do a little close-up, you can see it's very cool. It's very irregular. Looks like he took a fork and made an irregular pattern on the edge. It's glazed, but not inside or on the bottom. It also has some information on the bottom. Florida, USA, and then 900, is it 4513? I have no idea what that is. But it's a very cool pot. And I probably should have bought more because I just loved them. I love the glaze. Very cool. So I purchased this pot. And I'm going to work on this tree during the rest of the video. But he also had Stan. And I just thought it was just so detailed and such good work. And I just raved over it. And so he said, "Do you want it?" And of course this guy's a vendor. So I thought, well, I wonder how much he wants for it. And anyway, I said, yeah. He said, "Take it, it's yours." So I was kind of shocked, but I was very grateful for his generosity. So I brought it home, and a few days later, sometime later, another friend of mine came over, and I showed him the pot. I showed him the bonsai pot, and we'll work on that tree shortly. And then, excuse me, and then I showed him this guy. And immediately he said, "Oh my God, that looks just like Stan." And I had never even considered, but we had a mutual friend whose name was Stan, and it was uncanny just how much this pot actually looked like Stan. And so, from then on and forevermore, this guy will be Stan. And of course, as soon as I saw it, I said, he's got to have a mondo grass haircut. So, the mondo grass it is. And it's just uncanny how much this thing does look like Stan. And of course, my other friend and Stan are ancient history. I have no idea where they're at today. But it was kind of comical. But I love the detail on this thing. The guy did an absolutely fantastic job. And he also made great bonsai pots. So this is the one that I bought from him. And of course, it's got a Portrait of the Carrier jade that really has some nice movement. And it's got one little thing that I want to do other than just trimming, and I want to bring this branch down into here just a little bit. So I'm going to wire that guy. I've got the wire already set. So bring it around. I really need to have the wire facing me. It makes it so much easier to see what you're doing. I really need to bring the wire around the trunk one more turn. And then up. Okay. I think I've said in other videos I'm not the world's best wirer. And for me, wiring is function over form. I just want it to do its job. It doesn't have to be purty. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to take that branch and just put it into there. And then the rest of the work on this tree is just simply cutting the tips. There's no crazy growth. It's got a very nice canopy, decent branching. So it's just about cutting off all the little tips. Oh, maybe before I forget, another thing I really like about this pot is that even though it's flat on the bottom, he made a provision for the wire. He actually put a groove in the pot so you can wire the tree down, which I did, because one thing about this pot is it kind of angles this way and this way, and a lot of times pots with that kind of angle make it difficult for the tree to take hold. So I'm glad he included that wire thing. I have some other pots that are flat like that are, you know, homemade. Well, not homemade, but, you know, handmade from people that don't have the provision for the wire. Which means that you really can't do the wire, because since it's flat, laying flat on the bench, if you wire it, then the whole pot will just be wobbling around. But I always get a kick out of Stan whenever I see him. And I've had it for many, many years, and I did have to take out the old Mondo and put in new Mondo. But it lasted a long, long time. So this is just, I'm just cutting off the very tips. I could probably even do some pinching. Just pinch it with my fingers, especially since it's a jade. And just try to get every single meristem, pinch it out or cut it out. Try to keep it dense. This tree has overgrown a little, but it's really not that big of a deal. So there you go, one of my very favorite handmade pots that I acquired many years ago with a portulacaria, and I like the fact that this is now wired into place. Got a couple of little things. I'm going to take this off completely because it's going against the grain, shooting towards the middle of the trunk. You want all your branches to be going out. So there you go. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story of Stan, please leave a comment. And if you know who did this pot, leave a comment. He was in Fort Pierce somewhere. And this was many, many, many years ago too, so I really have no idea if the guy is still with us. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, and you can watch this tree continue to develop along with all my other trees. And like I said, leave a comment if you enjoyed Stan. And that's about it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.